Hello YouTubers, this is Garwin again with another video. This video is going to be an overview of a 40 channel CB radio I recently got in a trade. The Realistic TRC-422. This is an older radio. The chrome has been chipped off the faceplate in one area. The original channel selector knob has been lost and replaced by just something they had laying around to jam on there to give you something to grip. The radio was in working condition when I got it. I've actually only made one change to it since I got it. It has a side mic plug, but originally it came with a 5-pin mic plug. I don't see 5-pin mics very often. Most CB radio companies have moved over to the 4-pin standard, and if you're rewiring 5-pin microphones, they're a pain in the butt. So I went ahead and removed this and put a 4-pin mic plug in the side of it and wired it up. It does work fine with one little exception. Because the 5-pin plug is smooth-walled and just kind of slides back into the chassis and has 2 screw holes here, and the 4-pin plug is threaded to accommodate a nut and washer on the inside, the 4-pin is a little bit larger in diameter. Therefore, I did have to take a drill bit, and I just, with my hand, just kind of carved out the hole just a little bit to accommodate the slightly larger mic plug. The covers for the radio will also have to be carved out a little bit because, as you can see here, they were carved out to accommodate the smaller 5-pin plug. And with a 4-pin plug, I also have this little screw down collar on the microphone itself that's intended to secure the microphone to the plug. Because the holes aren't large enough to secure this little screw down collar, I'm going to have to largen them out. But it is on there good enough and it works for the time being. So now we're back at the front of the radio. I'm just going to give you guys an overview of the features on the radio. Obviously on the far left here, you have your volume and power. You have your squelch. You have your function selector switch. You have 3 different functions. You have CB, PA, and MON, or monitor. In the monitor position, you cannot transmit, and it will redirect the output of the audio through the PA jack, not the external speaker jack, so that you can monitor traffic on the CB radio over a speaker connected to the PA jack. It also has a separate external speaker jack that you can use to connect a speaker for use when you're in CB mode. I just want to point out that the monitor mode does work without a hand mic attached to the radio. So if you want to, you can have this radio tucked away back in a corner somewhere, put it in monitor mode, run your external speaker to the PA jack, and use this radio just for monitoring radio traffic while you're doing other things. So you can see here, no hand mic attached. And we get audio. It will not work in CB mode without a hand mic attached. But if you're just wanting to monitor radio traffic, it will work without a mic attached. It does have an automatic noise limiter with only 2 positions, on or off. It doesn't have noise blanker /ANL like some other radios. Up here you have a mod light, which stands for modulation, and the light will illuminate or blink whenever you're speaking into your hand mic. It's not like a transmit light that you might see on a lot of other radios that just stays illuminated just because you're keyed up. This only illuminates when you're actually modulating. So, audio check, check. Over here you have the meter. There is no SWR calibration function on the radio, so you only have labeled transmit power and receive power. You have your channel display. Like I said, this is the 40 channel radio, so regardless of its age, it is new enough to have all 40 channels. It has an instant channel 9 and 19 selector switch. You put it in the middle for normal operation. And like I said, on the back it does have an external speaker and PA jack. The audio quality on this particular radio does seem not quite as good as my larger radios, but that's what you get with a smaller speaker. But as far as transmit power, it does seem to work pretty good, and the audio quality is nowhere near the worst that I've ever heard. So it is a decent radio as far as send and receive. I've just got it hooked up to a little 36-inch whip on the roof right now, and it seems to work just fine. If we flip down to channel 6 here, let me see if there's somebody on there. So there's your little bit of...
Yeah, man, he came up and he wanted to do something with that barbecue grill. Hey, Wonder Boy, you had it?
So there you go, that's what the audio sounds like. Like I said, not the best I've ever heard, but by far not the worst. The radio is going to get a little bit of a cleaning. You can see there's some dirt here. But yeah, that's the TRC-422 Realistic Radio. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, or suggestions, feel free to post them below in the comments section, and I'll address them if necessary. This is Garrowin out. Y'all have a good one.